Morning, all of you, Papa, Mama, Man, Mary, boy and a girl, one I'm happy you stop lo Papua New Guinea, or overseas, you tune in, me talk big pla, a good morning, for you pla. Idi bada, namana, otubu, ina dahu, ahine, oigele, ever aya Papua New Guinea, gona ibi bada aya outside. I want to repeat in English. I've recited in two of our national languages. And in English, I say very good morning to each and every one of you, fathers and mothers, women and men, girls and boys in Papua New Guinea and overseas who are tuning in. Papua New Guineans, this day we are honored to have amongst us many distinguished guests. Chief amongst them, our most honored guest, His Royal Highness, the Duke of Edinburgh. We say thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. To all leaders from abroad, heads of state, heads of government, and those who are special envoys to your respective leaders, thank you very much. Thank you, Bada Heria. Big plan, thank you through. Lord, you choose, Lord, stay with us, or for you to be with us in this auspicious moment. Today we gather on sacred grounds. Independence Hills, where 50 years ago, our nation, Papua New Guinea, was born. Out of many, we became one under our one flag that was hosted for the first time in the morning of 16 September 1975. Hours preceding, we witnessed the lowering of the Australian flag for the last time in what is now Papua New Guinea. In that morning, the world witnessed the birth of the most diverse nation on earth, with over many tribes, over 1,000 tribes in fact, speaking over 800 languages. From many, we became one people, one nation, one country was birthed and was uttered and was sounded for the first time. And 50 years on, the one nation, one country, one people rolls on. Our parents and our grandparents, to the children of Papua New Guinea, created history and witnessed history. They were historians. They carved out the country we enjoy today. And I want to pause back and step back and in commemoration of this moment, say thank you to the greatest generation of Papua New Guineans ever lived, the Sumara generation, the St. Julius generation. That generation and the achievement will never ever be repeated by any one of us, and we stand under the shadows. And I want to pay a special commendation to the 7 who are still alive today, 2 represented here. Dr. John Mummies and Lady Elizabeth, thank you for your presence. Sir John Capitan, thank you for your presence. We know Sir Yano Bello right now is in Kagua, doing his program in Kagua. We have Sir Warren Dutton amongst us. I want to also pay respect to Lady Veronica Sumare and the Sumare family. Thank you very much for your ever presence in our nation's life. Today here, representing all our first ladies also, I see Lady Stella Chain. It was one of my honor but unfortunate task of laying to rest the last man standing in our national parliament from the class of 1968. I lay to rest Chief, the Right Honorable Sir Julius Chain, few months ago. Lady Chain, representing the first ladies of the 7 prime ministers before me, joining Mrs. Rachel Marape, I just want to say thank you for your presence on behalf of all the mothers of our country. Our story does not begin in 1975. We are ancient people. For thousands of years, we have lived in this part of planet Earth, thriving in the highlands, moving in the lowlands and along the coastal areas, and traveling in between the islands of our land, as well as the islands of the Pacific. The UNESCO World Heritage Site of Cook in Western Highlands depicts civilization and ancient people who lived in our land over 10,000 years ago. They were cultivating agriculture. The Lapita poetry found in the New Guinea Islands of our country is found across our Pacific, depicting seafaring people in between the New Guinea Islands, the islands of Papua New Guinea, and our Pacific neighbors, traveling in between. Domestically, the Hiri voyage between Gulf and Hiri, for instance, depicts people trading and coexisting. The Kula exchanges in the Kula trade of the islands of Milne Bay. The opposition leader is from that place. The opposition leader is present amongst us, and I do acknowledge him. I beg your pardon. Depict ancient people coexisting, trading, living together. The exchange between the lowlands and the highlands of the Kina shell, the Kina we use today to the children of Papua New Guinea, was not a concept battered at 1975. It was an ancient concept. Trading was going on amongst our people. This is a proof that we are a resilient people. We existed long before there were medicines to malaria. We connected to each other long before there were connections by road, by sea, by air, by road. We are people that has lived here. But in between our ancient and today, there are many who construct our modern PNG today. And I want to say thank you to the missionaries who came from far and abroad, to the missionaries from Australia, from US, from Niue, from Cook Island, from Samoa, from Tonga, from Fiji, from Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, and you name the rest of Pacific, who brought the gospel to us. Papua New Guinea can claim its place as the last place on the face of planet Earth who have received the gospel of the Jesus Christ. Since then, the Australian administration arrived. They were an amazing nation themselves, but tasked with the responsibility in the early 1900s to take care of Papua New Guinea, or the territory of Papua as it was, and the territory of New Guinea. The Australian administration came in, did their best for our country. I want to step back and say thank you to all Australians. Before 1975, we had a hand in the construct of our country, from the businessmen, from the clergymen, and also the public servants who were teachers, who were administrators, who were magistrates. We call some of them the Kiaps. Seated amongst us this morning is one who was in my own part of the highlands of Papua New Guinea, in Como in 1975, Mr. and Mrs. Hognall, who witnessed the hosting of PNG flag, but more importantly themselves participated in the embrace of the Australian flag that was lowered for the last time in Como, then Southern Highlands. This depicts our past on where we've come from a 1,000 tribe under the founding fathers of our country. We united under one flag, united under one constitution, embrace each other under one dream, that we too can become a family of nations. And since then, the one people, one nation, one country has rolled on. At 1 minute past midnight on 16 September 1975, our first Governor General, Sir John Guise, proclaimed to the world, Papua New Guinea is now independent. A few hours earlier, as the Australian flag was lowered, Sir John reminded the crowd, we are lowering the Australian flag and not tearing it down. These words captured the dignity of our transition and the goodwill with Australia. Independence was not born out of anger, but out of respect, humility, and faith in the future prospect of Papua New Guinea. And for this, I want to take time to thank the Australian Parliament, the Australian Labor government then, the great man, late Sir Gough Whitlam, in his strong leadership that said, yes, Papua New Guinea can be independent. And the birth of our country was ushered in. Yet 50 years on, we are here now. The task is before us. The founding fathers of our country and the mothers of our country have moved on. A few constant remains. Our closest neighbor, Australia, along with Indonesia and all our bilateral partners, remain close to us since 1975, when they said they will be partners to us. Our Pacific brothers and sisters have been part of our extended family, as we were in the past. They still remain family to us today, and I say thank you very much for your presence today again, once again. The world has remained solid with us. Our churches have become backbones of our country, and I say thank you to the churches of our country. You have played your part before 75 and right through today. Backbone of our education system, our health system, and the cornerstone of moral leadership in our country. I want to say thank you to the judges, magistrates, Village Court of Magistrates and officials, to the Chief Justice who is here with us, and to all officers of our judiciary. Thank you very much for being defenders of our human rights and our constitutions. To our public servants, our teachers, many health workers, policemen, defense personnel, public servants right throughout the length and breadth of our 21 province and our special region of Bougainville, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Badaheria. You have served your flag well. You have served your country well. You have honored your constitution. And lastly, but not the least, to the ordinary Papua New Guineans, wherever you are, you have been the champion of our democracy. Farmers, fishermen, mothers, daughters, fathers, brothers, those who are employed, and those who are just subsistence farmers. For the last 50 years, you have been the cornerstone of our democracy. And I want to say thank you, Father Heria. Thank you very much. This day belongs to each and every one of you out there. Papua New Guinea has not walked alone, lest we forget. Our partners, those who are here with us, and others who cannot find time to be with us, have been part of us. And to all our development partners, let me say big thank you. On behalf of every citizen of my country past, today at present, and those who will be birthed after me and after us, I want to say thank you very much for all of you who have stood with us the last 50 years. The last 50 years has not been easy. It has been a journey of struggle and survival, but also resilience and progress. The first 27 years of our nation's life have been life of short-term politics and instability. In between, there were many challenges. Fragility and exposure to instability shocked our nation to the core. But thank goodness, the faith and resilience of our people in the notion of one country, one people, one nation, our country persevered. The last 23 years, the first 27 years was that, and the last 23 years, we stabilized a little bit. Our democracy produced stability, and we began to see growth in our country. More schools and hospitals were built, roads were opened, airports were constructed. We invested in industries and businesses. We invested in infrastructure also. We're sending more children to study overseas as well as in our country. We're paying free education to all children of our country. And I want to say, whilst we have not achieved much, 50 years on, we stand on a firmer ground of democracy today, more stable, more confident, and ready to transform our country for the next 50 years. Our identity is a unique identity, the most diverse nation on earth. Our diversity is not a migrated diversity, but authentic, birthed from within diversity. And to Papua New Guinea, I want to say that diversity has been the magic in which we have remained one people, one country, one nation. Embrace your brother and sister, the color we have, the creativity we have, the customs we have, the songs we have, the traditions we have, from one hamlet to another hamlet, from one village to another village, from one valley to another valley. That diversity, but unity we found in that diversity is not our weakness, but our greatest strength. In that diversity, we found unity, we found oneness, we found common interests for the preservation of our sovereignty. And I want to say to every Papua New Guinean, embrace your diversity. In the last 50 years, we have preserved our democracy. Many countries around the world have faltered, but Papua New Guinea have preserved our democracy. That is our biggest achievement to date, in my humble view. In that democracy, we have kept our loyalty to our one flag and one constitution. We have invested more in education, enabling thousands of students to be educated since 1975. Yesterday was one of the greatest honor of my life to witness a daughter of our land flying in the Airbus A320 from Canada, flying all the way. Who would have thought 50 years ago that daughter of the land from the Yanga province would be flying in the Airbus itself? This is an indication that our education system, thank you, our education system has produced pilots, engineers, lawyers, doctors. Making mention of doctors, we are capable of working anywhere in the world. One of them seated amongst us, Professor Saisi Kevao, at 1978 turned down an offer to work in Royal Prince Hospital in Melbourne, came back home and served amongst us. An evidence of Papua New Guineans, educated here, coming back, working, carrying our country. 50 years on, we have more Papua New Guineans qualified, working elsewhere, outside and within, an evidence of a nation. 50 years ago, still in touch with traditional life. 50 years later, are now on par with contemporary earthlings of the world. This is our achievement. Very recently, our own doctors performed kidney transplant for the first time here, heart bypass for the first time here. Very soon we'll be opening our world-class cancer facility where no more will Papua New patients go overseas. And we'll be inviting our Pacific Island brothers and sisters. You can come here at cost, at no cost at all, paying the same price any Papuans would pay. We are working. We're building more roads, opening up more isolated areas. We remain guardian of one of Earth's last pristine rainforests, and with our Pacific brothers and sisters, the biggest ocean space on the face of planet Earth. Through sports and music, our citizens have been proud ambassadors, playing within and playing outside. And of course, our culture still remains our pride of our country, reflecting who we are. And I want to say that we must gravitate towards each other and work. But it'll be unfair of me and to the country if I'm not honest enough to also admit that amidst the progress, we have shortcomings. This day also is a day where we reflect on the shortcomings, and every citizen of our country look within first before we look outside. I look within first myself. And I admit, in our progress the last 50 years, we still have many pockets of poverty, many pockets of isolation, many pockets of Papua New Guineans unconnected with each other, whether in transport infrastructures or ICT. We have law and order issues that persist amongst us. Many young Papua New Guineans still remain jobless. Corruption robs us of resources meant for our people. And our economy is still not at the level to sustain a nation that is now over 10 million people. Yes, this challenge remains, but I am optimistic. History the last 50 years has taught us one thing: Papua New Guineans never give up. Papua New Guineans never give up. I look with great hope and optimism in the way we've come the last 50 years. Natural disasters have faced us, and we've helped each other through a great one-talk system. Human crisis has befallen us, and we've found way to find peace amongst themselves, even when magistrates seem afar off, or mediation seem afar off. In as far as modern mediation is concerned, we've resolved to our Christian, Melanesian, and Pacific characteristics of finding peace through mediation. And I want to take this time to pay special mention to our sisters and brothers in Bougainville. I cry with you. And if we have hurt you, we say sorry for the hurt that we may have caused you. The Bougainvilleans have rose higher than most of us. In the midst of many of their down moments, they've reached out and embraced peace. And we've carved out peace, yes, at the supervision of United Nations and others. I thank United Nations and New Zealand and everyone else who have helped us. But peace would not have been possible without Bougainvilleans themselves saying, let's find peace by peaceful means. The story of Bougainville and Papua New Guinea rolls on. We are committed to the process that is running. And to my sisters and brothers in Bougainville, this is your moment as much as it's my moment. We were one at 1975, and we are here together. I say thank you very much. And I want to say my heart was blessed when last night over 100 children from Bougainville flew in this morning to participate with us today, and they're in our city. And I say thank you very much to them. Our sad history has been with trials, but it has also given us inspiration of a people of resilience, reconciliation, and hope. As we look ahead, let dialogue, understanding, and unity guide us. Whatever path we take, the path must be beneficial to not just one or the ruling class in Port Moresby, but all citizens of our country, from the Federalist Island to the highest hamlets in our mountain tops, to the valleys and river deltas of our country. Everyone must prosper in the next 50 that is coming out of us. No one must be left behind. The next 50 is now upon us. It must be about nation building, renewal, and transformation. As Leviticus chapter 25, verses 8, 9, and 10 teaches us, that on our 50th year, all of us must reset our minds, reset our purposes, reset our zeal and commitment to the defense of our Constitution, the flag, the reason why we exist as one people, one nation, one country. And from the government's perspective, standing with me on the side, two young children, representing the boys and girls of Papua New Guinea. I want to say, our government and any government after my government must put your children and your country to the forefront. For it is for them that we are at work, and it is for them that we hosted this flag this morning. The next 50 is their 50 years. Let us work for them. As Sumare and his generation, the great patriarchs of our country and matriarchs of our country, worked for us. Fathers and mothers worked for us, and we are here today. Who would have thought a boy at 1975 in the remotest of all remote in our country, in a place called Nomad River, seeing my flag being hosted for the first time in a place where there was no English. I was wearing no shoe, no clothes, standing there seeing my flag for the first time. Yet 50 years later, I'm addressing this country from the least of the least and last of the last. If I could be addressing this country, millions of Papua New Guineans out there, they feel that they are least, they're last. I want to console my own government and governments who will come after me that you are leaders for the people and you must work to serve our people. It is only in service to our people that our country will feel one nation, one country, one people going forward. And this government, going forward at the very earliest, and for the next 10 years, I propose that we migrate 1 million people who are currently in land, in subsistence agriculture. We move this 1 million family into commercial agriculture at the very earliest. They own land in and around our country. They must be into commercial agriculture at the very earliest. Connectivity by infrastructures, by ports and jetties, by roads, by ICT must reach our people at the very earliest. Last week I was privileged to have known or to have visited one of the last places in PNG. We can now drive the road for the first time since creation, a place called Telefomin, a place where I did my grade 1 in 1978. It was my pleasure to drive from Kupiano to Alatau, East Cape for the first time, never done before. 400 kilometers of road we open up. Today as I speak, we can drive through Kodidanka, Kaintipa into Ley, connecting our nation's capital and our second biggest capital for the first time in our country's history. But this is not all. Much work remains ahead of us. Connectivity to our country must remain because accessibility doesn't belong to the few in Port Moresby. It belongs to all of us right across the length and breadth of our country. Resources harvested from our vast natural resources must be shared equally and equitably right across the length and breadth of our country. Our energy harvest, we must move into the clean energy space at the very earliest, giving energy accessibility through hydro, solar, and renewables to our people who need energy for modern life and business. Create job opportunities. But lastly, but not the least, in this segment of my speech, preservation of our democracy at all costs. Democracy is the only form of government for the diversity we have today on 50th anniversary. If everything else you forget, Papua New Guineans, one thing you must never forget, preservation of our democracy. Democracy allows for every voice to be heard through the due democratic processes. And today at our 50th anniversary, I ask everyone as we host the flags right across the length and breadth of our country, uphold our one constitution, keep our one law, and the one rule book. All of us exist, coexist, work, live, go to church, go to school, do business. We must keep the constitution of our country intact with no second thought to the validity and importance of that one rule book that governs and shepherds our democracy. As we move forward for the next 50 years, I propose also few things. As we live in contemporary world, efficiency in our public service through artificial intelligence and ICT must emerge up right in front, eliminating one-talk system, nepotism, corruption, and anything that comes with this. We must cultivate a merit-based society, a merited society, and not a society that is mediocrity or society that falls to the prey of one-talk system. A merit-based society must be part of us and our construct, not 50 years from today, but tomorrow starting, we must arrive at a merit-based society. Third, I propose that justice and rule of law must preserve, and working with the Chief Justice, we're modernizing our court system, and to our investors and all friends of our country, something that Papua New Guinea is proud of is the independence of our judiciary. Our judiciary remains ever independent to this day. Section 99 of our Constitution clearly entrenches our judiciary as independent from the executive and the parliament. They work side by side but having separate functions, working with the Chief Secretary, we're reforming our judiciary, inserting appeals court for the first time, introducing mediation and arbitration also into our country for the first time, so that our diversity of people have one rule book to go by. And lastly, but not the least, we want to transform our economy at the very earliest. Our target remains by 2030, we become a 200 billion Kina economy. By 2035, we must be a 300 billion Kina economy. And by 2045, when the generation celebrates 70 years of nationhood, it must be celebrating in a nation that is sized at 500 billion Kina in as far as the economy is concerned. It means by then we would have better hospitals, more jobs, more opportunities for every Papua New Guineans. This journey starts today. The next 20 years of the next 50 years starts today. It demands from all of us unity, discipline, and staying the course in the vision to make our country a better place. Our country deserves to progress in a prosperous future. Our children who stand with me, and many who are now seeing the flag again, some maybe for the second time, third time in their consciousness, or some in their teens, wondering what the future holds for them. It is us, our generation, my generation today. It is our time to step up. Somara's generation is no more. Sir Julius is no more. The middle generation, represented by Sir Mekere and Sir Rabi, is no more. Bill Skate no more. They've served their time and space in the space and has moved on. It is now my generation's time to step up. It will not be only Prime Minister's duty, but all of us, from wherever we are placed. If you today celebrate under the roar of your better paradise that flies in the flag, if you enjoy this place we have in the Southern Hemisphere depicted in the 5 stars that is on our flag, and if you have a heartbeat that says you are proud to be Papuans today, let not your pride be in vain. Let not your joy be in vain. Today I ask you, ponder within, what is it that you must contribute to your people? Yesterday I was blessed to read at 2 o'clock in the morning as I was pondering on what I will speak. I read or heard a very nice 3-minute speech. I wish I could deliver a 3-minute speech, but she did it better than me. Sophia Warep, a student at PAU, she appealed to the 99%. Why don't we contribute and not ask the 1% of politicians and government to work? My daughter Sophia Warep, wherever you are, we need many more of young Papuans thinking like this, that you too can contribute to your country, wherever you are, the mountains, in the lowlands, in the valleys, in the plains, in the islands, Modlok to Bubulu and Awa, Russell Islands from the easternmost, and right across the length and breadth of our country, you too, the 99%, can contribute. But I am not here to speak for the 99%. I speak for the 1% because I am part of them. The 1% of us who are fortunate to draw salary from the public purse. What is it that we must give to our country? The 99% needs us. Step up, rise up, work hard, work on time. Leave our own individual weaknesses behind and difference behind. Continue on rally. That is the spirit of one nation, one country, one flag. Many sportsmen and sportswomen have raised the flag proudly. Many others have carried the flag proudly before us. But it is our time, those of us at present today, my generation. I appeal to those who were born in the 60s and 70s like myself. Those of you who are above 50 today, maybe those who are above 40 today, you are the senior generation of your country today. Don't complain to others. Don't ask what is someone else doing next door. Ask yourself, what are you doing for your country? As John F. Kennedy in 1961 addressed to the United States Congress for the first time, said, ask not what your country can do for you. I too, quoting from him, asking you, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Our diversity that has been kept as one people, one nation, one country thus far deserves our utmost work. Our partners abroad can come in, but it is us from within that must rise up to work. For embracing the diversity and working together is our just duty. I appeal as I close today. The flag rising up this morning means nothing. There'll be a 17th of September tomorrow. There'll be a 18th of September tomorrow. There'll be a 19th of September tomorrow. There'll be a 20th tomorrow. There'll be next year. There'll be following year. There'll be futures that is coming ahead. What is it that we are doing today? As your chief servant of this most diverse country, I am humbled to be here, but I'm looking within myself now. What are my weaknesses that I must fix? And if I'm looking within myself, I ask to my fellow politicians, my public servants, my Papua New Guineans in private sector, right throughout the length and breadth of our country. The flag flying means nothing if you do not allow your spirit to fly up to the good ideals that our Christian teachings continue to shepherd us. The good ideals that our Melanesian values and Pacific values continue to ground us. This must be our cause today. As the flag flies, I want your spirit to fly for better ideals of our country. This country has every prospect of prosperity, but it must start with all of us making the concerted effort to preserve this union and democracy, the country we call Papua New Guinea. May God bless each and every one of you for your attendance today. Thank you to our development partners who continue to stand with us. Needless to name all of you, you're represented here. I want to say thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts that you are here with us. It means a lot. It sincerely means a lot. All of you mean very much to our country. You have taken your time to come and be with us. And I say thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of my people. To all corporate sectors who are here today representing the business people, thank you for your faith in our country. Remain, this country is a country of growth. And to all Papua New Guineans, this is our moment. This is it. Let's shape the next 50 as the Somali generation shaped the first 50. Let us shape the next 50 by our attitude, by our ethics, utilizing our aptitudes and work ethics for the betterment of our country. Our children standing with me, son and daughter standing with me, representing the children of our country, deserves my generation to step up and do our best for this diversity. May God bless Papua New Guinea. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, Brother Harrier. Thank you very much.